It's Patio Talk Live. You're not on the patio tonight. You're not playing spades at the Daiquiri shop. We're in the garage right now. Getting ready for 2026. Like I said, I done already came to mind what my New Year's resolution is. I said a few months ago, I said, I'm going to start me a YouTube channel. So, I need y'all to like and subscribe. I'm new to the game. I'm trying to get my feet wet. I'm trying to jump off the porch, but I need y'all support. You heard me? I need all the support, I'm going to drop the videos, and make it do what it do. I have some videos up probably this weekend, maybe for New Year's Eve day. I'm going to drop one. New Year's Eve party, yeah. 2026, we're going to bring it in right. Don Julio 1942, the Black Eyed Peas and Cabbage, traditional shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a little Kool-Aid, some Jello shots, all that. But yeah, man, I went on down to the city. I'm in Dallas. I went on down to the city for the weekend. Had a little block party to go to. When our friend's mom turned 100 years old. So we went on down, supported her. She had a block party. Her kids, they brought out the second line band. They brought out the Tramps. For the people that don't know what the Tramps is, they're not Tramps like what y'all think. I'm talking about the Zulu Tramps. Look it up. You Google it. They had the baby doll, the dancing chicks. They pulled out the red carpet for that 100-year birthday. I mean, food, drinks, and they had plenty of it. Ran into a few of my friends. We sat out there, we drank, ate, smoked a few cigars, talked shit, And what stood out for me, man, they had this little kid in the second line band. I don't know which second line band it was, but man, kid, like when he first came up, they came up to the house and he was doing this thing. And man, they must have played a song that he didn't like, because I mean he just stopped. He just stopped beating. He was playing the snare drum. He just stopped. So I guess it was his dad, the other drummer that played snare drum. And he was looking at it, he said, "Come on, man, beat." Man, he hit that drum like, "Man, look, Dad, I don't want to do this shit, not this one." Man, I just thought that shit was so funny, man. Then they changed into a different song, and it was an up-tempo song, and that must have been his shit, because I mean he turned up. He turned all the way up. You know what I'm saying? Man, that was the highlight of my little trip, man. That shit was man, that was the highlight of my little trip, man. That shit was made me miss home, because out here in Dallas, we ain't got that many second line bands. We got one, but you got to catch them when you catch them. Unfaded Brass Band, shout out to y'all. But in New Orleans, man, you always catch you a second line band somewhere. Sporty's Brass Band, that's my partnership. Shout out to Sporty. Y'all doing what y'all doing, man. I like that. I check y'all out. And yeah, man, that was the highlight of my little trip, man. Seeing that kid turn up like that. That must have been his favorite song, Then we moseyed on down, went on down to the 12th Ward, Rock Bottom. We was in the trenches, You ever been to Rock Bottom in New Orleans? You in the trenches, man. You in the heart of the city. You're not in the protected area. You in the streets, 12th Ward, 10th Ward, 11th Ward. Shout out to y'all. Went up in there, they had a little party. My boy Rocker B was up in there rocking the mic. The human He was up there rocking the mic, you know, the human iPod, you know, because he sang his ass off, you know. Ain't a song he can't sing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't a song he can't sing. And he did his thing, man. That was my first time seeing him perform live. It was nice, man. You know. And like I said, it was a short trip, you know. It was a short trip. I didn't even get a chance to fuck with my nephew, man. You know, shout out to I'm Living Bowls. You know, they out there doing their thing with that with them turkey necks. Turkey necks, corn, potatoes. Get them now, ain't gonna be none later. That's their slogan, you know. Copyright enough for you, copyright that shit, you know. That's in the NOLA. If you're in the NOLA, you know, New Orleans, you know, you want some good turkey necks, corn, potatoes, you know, they put the Brussels sprouts, the carrots, make you a healthy plate. Then they got that secret sauce they put on that shit, you know. Y'all check out I'm Living Bowls out there. But yeah, man, you know, I'm trying to grow this channel, like, subscribe, you know, all that good stuff, you know. That's what the YouTubers say. You know, I want to get out to these YouTube streets. So, hey, you know, y'all help me, you know. And I appreciate it, you know. A little short video. I'm out. Later. Bye.